And we're live. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101, Bring Your Own Beer Edition with your host, Maxwell Starr. Tonight, we're going to do a selection of go-to IPAs.
Hello, fellow human Nick. How are you? Are you breathing your air?
Yeah, I'm good breathing my air and walking on my leg.
Hello, human.
Yeah, anyway, inside joke. So let's finish introducing the beer tonight. We are doing go-to local IPAs. The idea being that it could be any kind of IPA style, but it's got to be a kind of a local-ish beer. So I'd say within your province, and also one that you gravitate towards. Like what kind of breweries do you have around you? Like what kind of IPA do you get from them that you really like that you drink quite a bit of on occasion? What's a favorite IPA of yours that you would turn to from a brewery that's local to you? Anyway, without further ado, let's introduce who we have with us, starting with Mr. Beard. Redbeard. Is it a snazzy New Jersey on?
Well,
it's not a New
haven't worn it in a while. Yeah, I love how you built it up the way you did there, so I can fail extra hard with my beer. I honestly, I have two breweries here in North Bay, but neither one of them makes an IPA that I would consider my go-to. But this is a beer from New Ontario Brewing called the Bearded Bear.
Bearded Bear.
And New England IPA. I've never had this beer. If it's good, this could very well become a go-to beer for me. So it's been a while since I've really given them any kind of a shot, because they've had some serious consistency issues. So I thought I'd grab this.
Honestly, it would have been okay if you brought like Soda City, but it's only an hour away. But at the same time, that sounds interesting, and I hope it's better than that New Ontario beer that we split at the last Albino Rhino Beer Fest.
That was an interesting thing.
Yeah, that was kind of gross. All right, let's go out to the next one. We got Mr. Lee. Lee, how you doing tonight?
I'm alive. I guess that's a thing.
Yay!
Better to be on this side of the ground. What'd you bring with you tonight?
I brought sort of a go-to favorite of mine. It just recently got put in cans and got a can redesign. So decided to finally pick it up in its sort of new format to see if it's changed any, because previously I could only get it in bottles. It was in cans under the old label style, but it wasn't available in cans in my NSLC. But now it's in 4-packs, and it is Boxing Rocks, just their standard IPA, not their Vickers Cross, because I did do some research, and we had another show where we did like bring your double imperial whatevers or something, I think it was, and I brought Vickers Cross on that one, I think, or
okay, yeah,
something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I didn't do that deeper research. It's not like I watched the fucking videos back or anything like that. But
no,
yeah,
you.
I just wanted to make sure I hadn't done this beer before, because we've done so many fucking shows. So yeah, but that's it. Boxing Rock IPA, 6.6%. And that's the one I'll be talking about tonight.
All right. Right on, Lee. And
didn't mention mine. 5.1%. That's not biting well at all.
It's more like a pale ale.
So, hi, Greg. I'm gonna take I'm kind of guessing like what beer maybe you brought tonight.
Nick, this has nothing to do with my beer. I just want everyone to know I'm 100% pro breast cancer.
Pro breast cancer. All right.
Yes. Yeah. Not the research. I just love breast cancer.
You're all
that's why I'm wearing my pink shirt. I got pink boxes behind me. So also, I appear to be the meat in a Lee sandwich, so that's kind of exciting. Otherwise,
we do our best.
What's that?
We do our best.
Thank you. I'll bring the extra mayo.
On Lee fans featuring
extra
Greg.
Mayo or mayo?
I'm definitely not bringing the extra mails. There's enough maleness here, so just the mayo.
That's you talk to.
And a nice
so many sausages, only one set of buns. Anyway, let's Hey, Greg, what'd you bring?
Well, I was based on my name. That way. No, that way.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
I just had to twist my arm in this weird fashion.
Not use your other hand, just twist your arm the other way.
There we go. Look at that. Wow, this is why women are smarter than men. I was going to bring a 10 bitter years, and then I found out to my horror that it is no longer a regular release. It's been for a long time, since their 10th anniversary. It's been almost a regular release all the time. Now it's a seasonal, and I asked her, okay, what season is it coming out? She's like, I don't know, another year. I'm like, that's not a seasonal. That's a next year. That's a 2023 batch.
Well, haven't you heard climate change? They got to refigure the seasons now. So
I don't know. So anyway,
have to be bitter for another year, Greg. I feel like Lee needs sad music to play on his soundboard for when Greg starts to cry.
I can do that later.
He's just gonna berate me till I cry. He doesn't need music. So anyways, yes, shocking of all shocks. And I didn't do any research, but I'm pretty sure I've done this one on the show before. That's an Octopus Wants to Fight. It's my favorite go-to IPA. There's a couple I still enjoy, Headstock, Bone Shaker being other ones. But this was the easiest one for me to get. So I got this. I got a box of it.
Is that the New England version, or is that?
No. The New England version, they only bring out once a year. And frankly, I don't think it's as good as this one. But they bring it out like once a year, and it's a super limited release. Get it the day it comes out, or you don't get it. And that's that. But and that's one of them was in my box today. One of them was a box from another time that I haven't had a chance to burn yet. So I got a cool, a wall of boxes. Does that make me cool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly.
Alrighty. All right. Thank you, Greg. Let's go over to Lady Lee. Hi, Lee. How you doing?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
So,
Right.
I have two, and I haven't picked. One is not as local. One is a little local. So my initial plan was to look at IPA, but when I went to go grab one at work, the people at the bar were drinking them, and there was none left, so I could not do it. And then the other one I had is a North Bay beer, and it's a big and juicy IPA, which I have drank many times before. But the one I wanted to do, it's a little bit further up north, but I wanted to do the Manitoulin All Day IPA.
Wow.
If you want to do the Manitoulin, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
The New Ontario is the one Nick was talking about earlier that he and I shared and was.
This is what they've had it for a while. That's why I didn't want to do it. And plus, Carrie's doing a New Ontario, so I didn't want to double up on New Ontario. I was trying to find something a little bit more variety, so I found a Manitoulin at work, and Manitoulin is north. Still local-ish.
Mine's off to a wonderful, wonderful start.
It's north.
Spoilers.
So it's a 6.6% ABV, and it is made in Manitoulin. So it's a brewery up north.
Well, sort of up north. Where is Manitoulin? Is it on
Manitoulin Island?
Yes. Manitoulin. It's 3.5 hours away, but it is north. Okay. So everything north is local, right? We're in North Bay.
What's the actual town it's in?
It's actually just straight west, isn't it?
What's the name of the actual town it's in?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I've drove through it back in the days of Stupid Hood fans.
Manitoulin. Little Current?
There we go. You
Yeah.
gotta go across the weird swinging bridge thing, and it's
So it is a smaller town, and I kind of
small.
want to represent it because it is a North beer. So.
Yeah, it's still it's not that far away from you, I guess. It's just.
Oh, my camera's all messed up. Can you guys hear me okay? I didn't check my speaker.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. You're perfect, and we can also hear you well.
You're a podcasting professional.
You're. Alrighty, so thank you, Lady. And yeah, I'm actually looking at it on a map, and apparently Little Current, Manitoulin is actually further south, technically. But you have to drive north and then down. Anyway, whatever.
It depends on if you believe this bullshit about the world being a globe.
Right. Anyway, so I actually just picked these beers up from the brewery tonight. It is one of my favorite go-to beers. Like if I want to order something that it's a nice, tasty IPA that I can buy a lot of. There's generally a couple that I can think of. One of them I'm pretty sure I've done it on an IPA show. I think we even did a BA101 on it. It's like I don't have it tonight. Usually it would be like Huge on Hops from Trailway, but I decided to go a little bit more local tonight and do another beer that I know Redbeard's had this before, and I think he was drinking a bunch of it when he was down here at the Highland Bar with Mr. Don Rig 13. there back last fall, and it is from Long Bay Brewery, Ruckus IPA. This you have had that beer. This is their flagship IPA from Long Bay. So yeah, but yeah, it's like one of my solid go-tos. Like if I want something local that's a tasty IPA, just because I mean, look, it looks really nice.
Ooh.
Think about having that on tap somewhere. Like just to go to a bar that has craft beer on tap, and you just want a good juicy IPA. This is good shit. All right, I don't want too many spoilers in my beer here, but we don't have any comments. We only have one viewer, so whoever is watching the chat, don't be scared of us. You can comment, let us know what you're drinking, ask any questions away. Tell us what you're thinking about us. I mean, if we want, we always like positive or negative feedback. But
if you're really not scared of us, give us your home address.
Yeah, right. No. Anyway, okay, so let's just cycle back through the people we have here and say, hey, Redbeard, I should ask, what's your history with this beer? And I don't think you have much history with this one, do you?
I just took a drink of this beer.
Hide behind the duck.
It's a beer.
It's a beer.
Looks like he's doing a duck face.
So
the head has lost its mind. I don't even know how to describe what's going on with the head.
Chunky.
It's surprisingly decent looking as far as New Ontario, New England IPA. I want to say the last one I had from them was basically clear. It smells okay, but other things are happening that I don't want to spoil.
Wow.
Other things are happening you don't want to spoil. Does it mean you have to like tilt your camera down for the secrets to be revealed, or what's going on?
Yeah, you see his beer boner.
No, we just generally don't talk about the flavor of the beer until the.
Oh, you're respecting the format of the show. What a weird idea.
I failed a bit in my beer choice, so I'm trying to make up for it and be as respectful as possible.
We got unlucky because the one that we wanted to do, the brewery we wanted to do, doesn't have any IPAs right now. And like I said, the only ones that I had available to me were at work, and guess what? People drank them today, so there wasn't a big variety for IPAs in North Bay, like North Bay IPAs.
yeah, I think I noticed that like if you guys have gateways, I was thinking about that tonight actually when I went to go get some beer, local beer. Like literally, I'll talk about mine in a bit, but I will say something that it's like literally this is right next to the superstore I get my groceries at. That an IPA like this is like super fucking close to me, and I'm not even talking about IPAs that I also like that I can get from Hammond River or Foghorn or something like that. And it's just there's a couple of great breweries here in my town, and then I can go to St. John, which is also local, and there's other like Loyalist City and Big Tide and Moosehead and shit, and like I got like a wellspring of fucking good beer around here, and North Bay is just. And the thing is, our area is about the same size as North Bay, so it's just why are we so well endowed? Wait, and I think I answered my question. All right, so let's move on to Redbeard.
Wow.
Wait, let's go over to Lee and ask you, what's your history with the beer you brought?
Yeah, let's stop talking about North Bay's little dick and.
I'm sorry, okay?
Don't apologize for your little dick.
Carries a little away, nothing.
I enjoyed it, so you know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Boxing Rock. Fairly long history with them now. Been having their beers basically since they were a thing. Whenever they first started, quite a few years ago now. At this point, and this IPA, the standard IPA, is. I think a slightly different formulation than their Vickers Cross. I didn't see like a list of what hops are used in the Vickers Cross, and it is noticeably a bit different in taste. But with this like standard IPA, their whole sort of mission statement behind it is let's do a more traditional IPA that's not like a haze bro bullshit thing. It's not like a super fucking crazy ass, double IPA that's gonna blow your taste buds out of the fucking water. So like the hops they use in this one, sits at 6.6%. Hops they use are Summit, Cascade, Nelson Sauvin, Waimea, I think is one of them. It's a New Zealand hop of some sort, and Simcoe. So
Y80 or something, or
Waimea. I think WAI, you're supposed to pronounce that way. So like Wayamia, I guess is what it is. But yeah, they're going for like a kind of accessible dank IPA. Dank and accessible at the same time is kind of what they're going for, I guess. And so yeah, it's definitely it sort of captures a little piece of the market that not a lot of other breweries are kind of really doing. Like not a lot of breweries do. The kind of like, let's just do like a really dirty kind of old school IPA. You know, everyone's more focused on New England style and juicy tropical fruits and all that shit. So that's kind of where they're going with this one.
Yeah, nice. I'm pretty sure I've had that. How old is the IPA? I know I've had like Hunky Dory and Vickers Cross.
I'd say the regular IPA has been around for probably less than 5 years. I think.
Okay,
like it's been a few years because I was first getting it. Geez, it might even be less than like 3 or 4 years. Because I was first getting it in 6-packs of bottles, and they've just recently changed the format now, so it's now the can, but in 4-packs, and it's the like the recycled cardboard holder 4-packs that you can get, kind of thing.
Oh yeah. What do you mean?
Environmentally friendly.
These things, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just had one from tonight. Right on. Yeah, because I remember like I think we forget as we used to get Boxing Rock here, or maybe I just went to Nova Scotia a lot more and I brought a bunch back. But I remember back when Boxing Rock first came out, I was pretty sure that they had something like that, but maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of
the Vickers Cross is like a really good solid double IPA. Although they also had like a year where they had the same problem Propeller had with their double IPA way back when, where like I guess they were having some problems with their yeast and it wasn't eating up the sugars enough, so a lot of them came out like super sweet. Yeah.
We got a batch like I think one of the first times the Vickers Cross came to New Brunswick, it was like one of the first times the Vickers Cross came to New Brunswick, it was like they were having those issues, and I had bought a bottle that was just fucking candy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean that's the risk you take with a craft brewery. Sometimes you're going to get a bad batch. Sometimes they're going to have a problem they can't necessarily fix until they do their next batch. And at the same time, if the beer's still drinkable, it's not like super ruined by anything. It's not like off to a degree where it's like
they'll still sell it.
You can't justify throwing it out. So let's sell it, because I mean that's a lot of profit out the fucking window, a lot of time spent. Although there's plenty of breweries that fucking also just put out shitty beers and they make excuses for it. Like what was that one, King of the Woods or whatever the fuck that Jord brought?
King of the Forest.
King of the Forest.
Oh shit! What was that brewery called?
They tried to pass it off as a sour when it was just like a spoiled beer.
Well, that's basically what sours are, anyways. They just spoil beer and charge extra for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. It's King of the Forest from Dark Horse.
That's what it was.
I remember that was gross. All right, so I think we talked about Boxing Rock, obscure Nova Scotia brewery, long enough for now. So let's go over to Greg, who talks about obscure Ontario breweries.
Yes, this is from Great Lakes, which none of you guys have heard about, but it's a small upstart brewery. So I actually checked my history with this because I've drank literally probably hundreds of cans of this, if not more. First time I apparently had it was April 5th, 2015. And this was back in the day when GLB was basically just releasing IPAs on a rotation. They had a bunch they don't release that often anymore. So they had the Lake one, something Lake Effect IPA, Karma Citra, My Bitter Wife, which they haven't released in a long time, and I really like that one. I hope they bring it back.
They had Karma Simcoe this year.
They did make a Karma. They've made a few Karmas. I think there's 4 of them in total now, but I think Karma Simcoe, Karma, whatever. There's a few of them. They actually released a pack as well. But I still think Karma Citra is probably my favorite one. And this, I don't remember the exact story, so I might be pulling this out of my ass, but I believe the idea was they tried to mix flavors of other beers, and I think this was like a limited release. It may have actually been a growler fill when it first came out, and that's actually what it tastes like. It ends up being a mixture and having a lot of different flavors from their other different beers. And then they decided to make after doing this for a couple of years of batches, they just decided to make it the regular go-to IPA, which they didn't have a go-to IPA for the longest time. They had Canuck. That's not an IPA. It's a pale ale.
Wait, Greg. You saying that beer's a cuvee? Is it a cuvee?
I don't know if it actually was a cuvee per se, and that's why I want to be careful what I say because I don't want to talk too much out my ass. But I think the original intention was to make it a kind of a mix of their different beers. Now, I don't think they actually cuveed them. I think they maybe just mixed hops from one kind of beer with another beer with malts from another beer to try to get sort of a mix of flavors. I think that's the original story. But if GLB's watching, I'm talking on my butt. Come on the show and tell me why I'm wrong.
Dare you, bitches.
You.
Yeah. No, we're not inviting. We're demanding they show up. Confront them.
I lost one of my octopuses.
All right.
You got so excited.
Octopi.
Thank you, Greg. And I know I have had a chance to have that one, and it's pretty good. So let's move on to, we've got Lady Lee taking up the rear. So I just want to ask, like, what's that beer called again? Is it just Manitoulin IPA or
All Day IPA? It's a small batch series.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. What's your history with it?
So this one in particular, the only history I really have with it is that it was on tap when we first opened at Ludog's. That's it for this specific one. With Manitoulin, though, because we sell it at work, I've had a lot of their beers. So I've had like their blonde, like the Swingbridge blonde. I've had their Clarny Cream Ale. I've had their what was it? I can't remember the names now. I'm blanking.
Summer something, that sour they made.
The
pineapple sour.
Oh, the 10 Mile Point Pilsner. I've had that. I've had their Ha Raz Jam Sour, Endless Summer Pineapple Sour. I've had their Lemon Wise.
Their Hot Eater beer that just is some kind of weird lie. The label has like berries on it. It's just a light lager. That one's weird.
It's just it just says lager, but the berries do throw people off. I have had. They had a strawberry beer that was raising funds for a reserve, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But there's a few others out there. But I've had a good selection of their beers. Yeah, because they come in a lot at work. We have like a pretty decent selection. Like we have 3 on tap, like rotating. But we usually have 3 on tap for Manitoulin. And then we have a few cans as well. So I get to try it pretty frequently. And I wanted to show you this. This is my IPA, by the way.
Ooh, she's a dark one.
So, like, I put the flash on it. Like, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Weird.
Yeah.
That looks close to a barley wine.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I'm glad
it's really common with their beers, I find, that they're very malt forward. So a lot of their beers, they tend to lean more with malts. Like they tend to have like a malt flavor to them versus like a lot of different ones. Like we have 2 cream ales at work. One that pretty much looks and tastes like a lager. And then we have the cream ale for Manitoulin, which has a more malty taste to it. So it comes up like a little bit lighter than this, but around the same color.
Wow. Okay.
So like it just shows that they tend to play with more malty flavors than like other breweries.
Right. Nice. All right, and thank you for that, Laylee. And now we've got somebody who's got some explaining to do. Hi, Dan. You're muted.
I know.
Oh, first of all, how are you doing tonight, Dan?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much. What kind of explaining do I have to do?
Well, I'm just saying, you're late. So I'm just
what's
saying,
your beer?
What's
your history with your beer?
What's your history? Yeah, exactly, the lady said.
What are your turn-ons? What are your turn-offs?
My name
ASL.
ASL, old, male, and yes, please.
That's ASS.
Yes, please. To location.
ASD, like age, sex, and desperate.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So tonight I brought the octopus. Oh, wait, that's not. I'm sorry, that's
not local.
I actually brought from 88 Brewing. I brought Double Night Gallery. It's a hazy double IPA. So it comes in at 8%. It is cloudier, juicier, and it's a hazy double IPA, and that's all they really say about it. And my history with this brewery is quite a bit. They actually have some great stuff out there. My history with this beer, I've had it a few times, and I keep coming back for it because, I'll get into the description later on. So, yes,
Awesome,
that's that.
All right. Well, thank you for that one, Dan. And now I get to talk about my local craft beer here. Long Way Ruckus, what's my history with this? It's funny because the guy he doesn't own it anymore. He sold it last year, but the guy that founded this brewery, actually, I went to school with. So they opened this brewery, I think, was it 2017, 18, something like that? I'd have to look up that. And it's one of their original beers. And they've been making solid beers ever since they first opened. They released the Ruckus. They had like a Belgian ale called Chalice and a American Pale Ale called it's got a rooster on the can. Yeah. All of them been pretty good. I've tried a lot of their special releases. I even have one lined up to drink afterwards, which is their newest IPA called Wasted Day, which right now I'm wasting everybody's time. So it's perfect. But as for this one, I've had it for years. And it's kind of become a staple. Like every once in a while, especially during COVID, like it was one of the first breweries I turned to for local delivery when I got sick with COVID a couple of months ago. And I'm like, I need somebody to deliver me some beer. Hey, Long Bay makes that Ruckus. So I remember buying like 8 of them or something like that and had them dropped off at my door. Anyway, along with a bunch of others. So yeah, so that's that. I see we actually have a area of comments there. You want to read?
Yeah, I'll read them. Okay, so first off, there's somebody called Lee Russell in the chat answering the first question you put out there. I'm drinking Boxing Rock IPA, so he's talking about what he's drinking, and then his question is, why is Lee so pretty? I mean, I do my best to moisturize, so that's
to hit
on. But thanks for the question, and you got a great name, by the way.
Moisturizing your right hand.
I shut up. I really like his name. Great name, strong name. We got Mercy Beers here saying good evening, and he's asking how local is local.
I think mine was one that's really not that local, like not as local. Like it's North
local
beer, but not.
Mine is in the same province. I mean, I think we kind of agreed upon the rule here for this thing that it had to be basically in your province and something you could easily get. Like you could go to your local beer store or grocery store or whatever and get it, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pretty much. It's I'm kind of, my thought was on the lines like especially in New Brunswick or the Maritime kind of perspective, is that local means your province, but province means a very small, like Maritime provinces are kind of small. Like New Brunswick's not very big. Nova Scotia's not very big. So if you get something, it's fairly close to you still. So like, what's it, a 2-hour drive from your area to Lee to Halifax, or where is Boxing Rock out of? Is it?
It's in Shelburne. So that's in
North Shore, is it?
Yeah, that's in Yarmouth County. So that's at the tip. That's the tip of the dick that is Nova Scotia.
Just the tip.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's also like I think it's a slightly longer drive than to Halifax, honestly, because you actually have to go the length of the shaft instead of just going across it,
So now I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nova Scotia is a kind of a dildo province, so it's
yeah, well,
it's like sort of South Shore, but on the western tip, just the tip.
Yeah, well, if you reversed our provinces, like if you reversed the polarity of the world or whatever, and flipped it, New Brunswick would just be the fucking low-hanging old ball sack that just is dragging on the ground. So whatever.
Well, as is, where is? I mean, when you look at Canada on the map, you're the dick.
I'm fine with that. I already know how it's a fucking dick, so it's okay.
If that's Canada's penis, that's a very small penis.
I mean, I work with what I got,
Yeah, if it gets the job done,
you're the tip. You're the tip. We're the ball sack. Anyway, so
anyway, going on. So we have Jamie. Hi, Jamie. In the chat saying hi, Nick.
How come Jamie doesn't join us with a local beer?
I don't know.
Yeah, really.
He usually watches the next day, so I think he just watches like the beginning to say hi, and then he watches the rest when he's at work.
A local IPA like Labatt 50.
#bad friend.
Yeah, I don't think he drinks local beers anymore. He's too busy drinking malt liquor all the time.
He's too busy getting used to drinking Edmonton beers now that he's moving there or some shit.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, that's right. They're not local beers anymore. Technically, he's already in the western.
He's waiting for his beer mail from Dan for initiation purposes.
Jesus, leave him alone, Dan. Leave him alone.
He can get his own goddamn beer in Edmonton.
There you go. That's a good attitude.
Strikes again.
There's only a liquor store in every corner there.
Yeah. We got Mercy Beers continuing here saying, how long until Nick turns into TDH? I don't know what that is.
I have no idea. Triple dry hopped?
I don't know.
Because my name is DDH Maxwell Star. I'm guessing it's...
I guess that would make sense.
TDH.
Well, that's after he gets out of that lime green sweat catcher that he biked in today. He'll get dried off. Then it'll be triple dry hopped.
Thank you. I think you could shower before the show.
It's just adding to the flavor and aroma of the IPA right now.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
big. And it's also called me getting home late, so late change.
And then we got Radar in the chat saying IPA International Porn Association.
Exactly.
There we go.
Is that written in the Beernomicron?
Maybe.
Page 1,000,004.
I'm pretty sure.
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure he's hurriedly continues to write that book as we speak.
The history is ongoing. Yeah.
He's just like, that is all.
That is all. Yeah. There you go.
It was written long before we were born. So actually, apparently, I was Nikolai Lowencroft or something. Some universe, the power dumps and shit. Anyway, all right. So
the Keto Big Bang of the universe.
All right, I'll show you a Big Bang. Holy shit! Look who's here.
I can't believe all this mannered frivolity is allowed on YouTube. Cheers.
Cheers, Paul.
He was going for ill-mannered, mannered.
Nice. There's
probably ill-mannered.
My God, who would have think somebody as terrible as Paul just wouldn't correct his own spelling?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Good thing Carrie's here to help you, Paul.
I got you, Paul. I got your back.
Pull you out of the woods and give you some grammar.
I love you, man.
Let me just give you some grammar. Here you go.
Here's a little grammar for you, woodsman.
Handed you some grammar and a silver fucking platter.
You hillbilly werewolf. Here's a little grammar for you.
We'll pay the delivery guy from North Bay to give you some grammar right to your house.
Autocorrect mannered.
As
Nice.
long as you give him an extra big tip, and I know Paul will.
Well, you know what? Carrie's just going to save him before he gets the wrong kind of steak.
Yeah.
It's the wrong kind of steak.
I did it for you tonight, Greg. Just for you, baby.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even watch your video. I'm a terrible friend.
Barbecue.
Some steaks, though. They look good.
My mom got some really fancy smoked maple salt stuff that I spiced them up with. It was damn tasty.
Crazy.
I went to the casino today. I don't know why. I just
did you
went
win?
To the casino today. We won. Yeah, we won. I almost had a heart attack.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was at the machine and it we hit a bonus and then we hit another bonus and then we hit another bonus and I was literally standing and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck's happening? The woman beside me, she hit my heart. I'm just like, no way, this is awesome. So we did good. Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, how much did you win? $5, $6?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's how much I won. Yeah.
Your beer is covered.
Yeah. It's very much covered. Covered forever.
Oh,
covered 2 beers. I got 2 beers paid for tonight.
I'll see your grandma and raise you a King of the Woods overpriced infected imperial soda. It was King of the Forest. You're just talking about that before you got here.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I kind of wish we could get 6 of those so we could review it.
God.
I want to try this beer. It's legendary at this point.
Do they even make it anymore?
It was I think that was just some weird one-off that York brought. And I think wasn't it something like it was the unintentionally soured version, or they marketed it as the sour version, but in reality it was infected. We all fucking drank it and it was just straight malt vinegar.
Yeah.
It was what the fuck are they selling this crap for? It's bad beer. There's a point when you got to dump the barrels out, man.
Yeah. He made up for it with fucking Black Tuesday, though. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that, and I think there was a couple other ones, too, that were... The Abyss, Deschutes the Abyss, was that Joe that brought that?
Might have been Joe, might have been Yord. I can't remember, but I mean, fucking Black Tuesday, like that. That's a one in a lifetime fucking beer experience. Like, that was fucking great.
All right, so
a couple more comments.
You want to go? Let's start cycling through and say whose beer. What do you think of the beer you brought?
I think someone dumped accidentally. I would like to say, hopefully, a bottle of Windex into the brew.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, this is how much I've had. The head is just staying weird. I have no explanation.
It's the soap in it.
Yeah.
Gross. It's the soap.
New Ontario
Being
being consistently great at ruining my day.
Inconsistently consistent.
I'm giving this like I'm going 2s across the board on this terrifying thing that's pretending to be beer.
All right.
I'm not impressed.
Fair enough there, Carrie. All right, so let's go over to Monsieur Lee.
Are we giving scores now, or are we just in general?
Yes.
Like...
Yeah, we don't add them up at the end, but it's good to give scores.
Yeah, I know.
So we can idea what you think.
So does Redbeard want to give a score before he?
He did.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Way to listen.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
I don't know. I don't listen to him at the best of times.
Was there Citra in it there, Redbeard?
There's Windex.
Yeah, it was Windex.
Oh wait, no, it's like lemon pledge.
Ah, there we
I
go.
was going to say lemon scented Windex, but lemon pledge probably works better.
New Ontario has reverted.
Furniture.
New Ontario's reverted to just the best ingredient list of all. This contains barley.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that's in there.
That's all they tell you.
I love me some barley.
So
I eat it with my human mouth.
Yeah, barley or barely, like barely beer.
I walked to the barley fields with my leg, and
mine counts as nothing.
My leg, while breathing all the air,
like an actual human. Yeah. Okay, so Boxing Rock IPA.
Yes.
I think maybe this has suffered a little bit in the can, which is a weird thing to say because usually a beer tastes way better when it comes out of a can. But there's something a little dialed back about this. I don't know. Maybe they've reformulated it a bit after changing the format of the packaging. It seems a little lesser. Like it seems like the bottled version it had a really good dankness to it. It had the like slight grapefruit, but mostly pine and earthiness and really good stuff that I love in an IPA. And it was super dank. But it was also still kind of accessible. Like it was still like, hey, someone who's had a few craft beers, they could drink this and go, oh, that's an interesting IPA. I'll try that again, kind of thing. This one feels more accessible, where it's to the point where maybe for noobs kind of thing.
Wow.
And that's a little disappointing. Because when I originally rated this, I gave it style-wise 8.5 and my own personal preference 9. And I'm drinking on this now, and it feels a little lesser than what it was. It feels a little dialed back. It's still got good bitterness. It's still got a little bit of dankness to it, but it just feels muted compared to the older version that I had in the bottles. So I don't know. I'm a little saddened by this. I'm going to say style-wise, I'm still going to give it an 8, but, I'm going to downgrade it a little bit here. And on my own personal preference, I'm going to take that back to an 8 as well. Because it's just... There's a drop in quality here. And I've indulged in 2 cans worth now during this show. And, yeah, it feels like there's been, like, some sort of homogenization, some sort of sanitization of it, something like that. Like it's just, like Boxing Rock. Why?
Yeah, I kind of wonder if it's like the Coke bottle effect. Like you always think, like you take a glass of Coke or something like that out of a plastic bottle versus having it in a glass bottle. Like it always seems like tastes better out of a glass bottle than it does out of like a can or And then I almost wonder if maybe like part of it is like when you put it in a can, in order for the cans not to corrode, they have like a little wax lining or a plastic lining on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if it's maybe like plastics or wax leaching into the beer, just diluting it just a little compared to what you get like the purity of a glass bottle.
Well, I think one of the things is when you put something in a can, it's generally more stabilized. Like it's like you're gonna get a more consistent brew kind of every time when you put like the same recipe into a can as compared to a bottle where there's a bigger chance it's going to change a little bit.
Yeah,
because I do recall, like, as I was drinking from like different versions of the bottled version, depending on how old it was and stuff, like there was some very noticeable like changes in flavor profile in some of the bottled versions of this I'd had. So like sometimes it would be like this color, which is, it's dark, but it's a copper color. It's still fairly, clear IPA-ish kind of color. I had versions of this where it was pretty much almost as dark as Lee's one. So like there was definite variations in the bottles version that, depending on what part of the tank you got the beer from and shit like that, could have been all over the place. Feels like the can version has kind of compartmentalized it into a certain thing, and I don't know if I like that thing as much. So, don't get me wrong, I still like the beer. It's just it feels lesser than what I had before in this from this beer. So, what are you laughing at?
I'm reading the comments. Sorry.
There's a lot of comments from our seniors. We'll read them here in a moment. But thank you, Lee, for that. Let's go over to Monsieur Greg. Hi, Greg.
So, what do I say about this beer?
Words.
It's a beer. There's some words. Words will be spoken.
It's an IPA.
Words that are going to come out of my human mouth. So this is a good IPA. And that's it. Goodbye. Have a good night.
Well, you need a score. You can't just go past that. I mean,
wow. Way to hold me to the rules.
Score.
Anyways, so I love this beer. Obviously, it is my go-to. Like I say, there's a few other ones I like, but this
is your favorite box too.
It is my favorite box until winter comes around and I put these in the fireplace. Yeah, they burn nice. and also the mouse that lives in my basement hasn't eaten them, weirdly enough. Oh. But anyway, that's a whole other problem because I have lazy fucking cats that don't kill the damn mouse. But the thing I like about this, and you remember back in the day before hazies were a thing, used to have sort of the West Coast, East Coast IPA, and they weren't that different except the East Coast were just a little bit juicier. And this is kind of what that is. This is kind of that combination where it does have a little bit of bitterness. It does have a little bit of pininess, but you're not quite getting slapped with a pine tree in the face, which is, I love getting slapped with a pine tree all the time. But this one's kind of it's more approachable to, I think, people that maybe don't want super bitterness. Like this is a little bit better balance. It's got some juiciness. It's not to the point of a hazy IPA, although it is sort of hazy-ish. I mean, it's not that clear by any means. But it's kind of a best of both worlds beer, and I think that's what GLB was going for when they created it. I think they wanted to create a beer that was sort of a little bit on each end of the spectrum. Although, to be honest, all their beers are pretty approachable. I can't really think of any IPA they make that even a novice IPA drinker wouldn't be able to drink and at least enjoy a little bit. But so what's there to say? It's a great beer. It's my go-to. This is my second case I bought this summer. I probably shouldn't drink this much because my liver. That being said, it's better than Bone Shaker because it's a lot. Well, not a lot, but it's about almost 1% less alcohol, I believe. I think Bone Shaker is 7.1. So definitely better for my liver, and 6.2 is not too bad. It's basically sessionable, and what can I say? It's a 10 and 10 for both. I mean, are there better IPAs out there? Maybe, but I don't know. For me, this is basically it's got the combination. It's fucking local. I can get it all the time. It hasn't been discontinued. Fuck you, Black Oak, and it's just really good. And I mean, even their other IPAs, like whenever they bring out their other, like they bring out Lake Effect, Karma Citra, and they're all good. I usually buy a few when they come out every time, but this one's still my go-to. It's still my favorite. It's got a very distinct. Those of you who have had GLB, it's got a very distinct flavor. Like this has the distinct kind of flavor that Canuck has. And I haven't bothered to do a single ounce of research, but I have the feeling it's probably some.
GLB is just really good at making beer. Like,
well, they are generally pretty good. There's very few beers I get from them that I'm like, wow, this is bad. Every once in a while, you get a bad beer from them. Oh, this is weird. This is weird. I'm not used to this. Actually, just got a new. I think it was a wheat beer from them that they just released. So we'll see if that sucks or not. Yeah. So what am I gonna say? 10 and 10. It's a great beer. Try it if you can. It's up there with my favorites. Again, I think if you don't like hazies or you want to break from hazies, this Bone Shaker, Headstock are all still good. They're still holding up the non-hazy IPA flag. Otherwise, now everything's hazies. What's funny though, because I asked the girl on the phone today while I was chatting with her about asking if they had 10 better years. She's like, no, we've turned it into, and then she stuttered because I guess she couldn't think of the word. And I said, please don't tell me it's a hazy. She said, oh God, no, we wouldn't do that.
Man, I like the cut of this brewery's jib.
Yeah. Also, well, yeah. Except here's the thing: is they have a beer that's a hazy. It's called 20 Bitter Years. That was their 20th anniversary beer.
Oh, cancel them.
That's still available. Yeah. So they might need to cancel.
Yeah.
Anyways,
right.
Second can for the evening. Cheers, motherfuckers.
Nice. So what'd you give for a rating, Greg? I think I missed that part.
Just 10 across the board. Why not?
10 and 10.
Why not?
I had that one. It was good beer. I don't know if I gave it 10, but all right.
It's not me, Nick.
Yeah.
God, this is my opinion. All right, thank you, Greg. Let's go over to Lady Lee. Hi, Lee. How's your beer turning out?
Okay, so I had a chance to kind of Google some flavor notes I should be looking for. And anyways, I found that they said somewhere along Google told me that East Coast IPAs tend to have fuck off, Lee.
What?
East Coast IPAs tend to have malt, so they do malt, and then West Coast IPAs are more like hop forward. So turns out this is more of an East Coast. Look at me doing my homework all of a sudden.
There you go.
So smart.
Okay, so the flavor notes that I'm getting, I do get like a kind of caramelly taste, and also it is very malt forward, like you can kind of tell. I'm getting more of like the rinds of like citrus versus like the actual citrus fruit, so I can taste that like bitterness, and there's also like an earthiness to it. Like it just tastes, it tastes earthy. It's not so much piney. Like I don't really taste the piney. I was reading that a lot of people got pine flavor from this. I did not, but I do get like a malt, earthy, caramelly taste to it. I do, however, find it tastes better as I've been drinking it. When I first had it cold, I didn't care for it, but now I'm getting to the bottom, and it tastes really good. Like when it was cold, I found there was more of like a heavy aftertaste. Now it just goes nice and smooth. Also, like mouthfeel, it's really nice. It's very silky and smooth, so I kind of enjoy it when I drink it. Like it's a pleasurable experience. So, anyways, I've had a trip with this beer. Like I started off like kind of struggling, and now I'm quite enjoying it. As for style though, because it's so heavily malt forward, I don't really get the IPA as much. There's not a lot of hops and there's not a lot of citrus. Like it's really hard to find that citrus flavor. So I'm gonna go for like a 6 for style. But okay. personal preference. Let's just go one more sip. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna go for an 8 for personal preference.
All right.
Yeah. Fuck off, Jesus Christ! I can just see you. He's fucking with the duck.
What?
Who is?
Lee's fucking with the duck.
It's not the first time Lee's fucked a duck.
He's
Yeah.
swinging a duck.
I like the
No,
spiral
no.
penis.
He's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
along well with the duck. He's
Isn't it? Hold on. Isn't it rats that have the spiral penis, and
No,
then
ducks
ducks-
do.
ducks
No,
have
ducks have
no.
the multiple vaginas? Like
No,
multiple holes?
that the female duck has the multiple vaginas. That's why the
Jesus.
male duck has the detachable spiral penis that grows back.
Wow, that's
Wow.
just disturbing. As somebody who's owned several rats as pets, I'll tell you their penises look basically like dog penises, just smaller.
My brother,
Okay, then.
my brother killed a rat the other day with an air gun.
Well,
You
your
know why?
brother's a big man.
Your-
Give the rat
your
an air gun.
brother is like
Well,
yes, Greg. That
well,
was awesome.
Well,
like
the rat was threatening to infest our house, so we had to kill it. Unfortunately,
Really interesting.
yeah, he dealt with it in
That.
the way of like an insane teenager with a pellet gun.
Probably when
Except for I know he's got real guns,
that scene in Willard.
and he's probably 40.
Ducks
Yeah.
have
Willard.
multiple holes in order to prevent from not getting impregnated by a duck that
Well,
didn't want to get
it's
impregnated.
because male ducks like to rape.
Same with like
Yeah.
the spiral penis is the same thing because like the vagina is like the opposite way, so it's harder for it to get in.
duck sex is essentially like the most rapey sex of the animal kingdom.
Oh, the whole
Like
animal kingdom. Like
the
there's
Paul
bugs.
of the
There's literally bugs that once they get like when they're on water, once they get onto the water, when the female tries to like run away, the male will like tap on the water because the fish it'll alert the fish that they're there, so it'll like go and eat the female. So the female has to basically let the male do his thing, or it's gonna get eaten by a fish.
Wow.
Hey,
Like,
put the
it's-
lady in his place. You know, like
Yeah,
come
I
on.
mean these sound like good bugs.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty fucked up out there. Like when people talk about like the peace and everything and like the animal kingdom.
Hey,
No, they're fucking vicious.
Hey, do
mean-
do some research.
Okay.
Otters are known to rape baby seals. Do the research.
Right.
something else?
Okay. Let's thank you for that one, Lady Lee. Let's move where Dan has to follow all that up with actual beer talk.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Fuck that.
It's like fuck. It's like fuck. I can't top a duck corkscrew penis.
I feel like I've been screwed from behind by a duck for some
I
strange
feel like
reason.
that's
By a
pretty
large duck.
metal.
I've gone quackers. Anyways,
Knee slapper.
on that bright cheery note. So yeah, my beer, it doesn't taste like duck semen, so that's a good start. It doesn't taste like vinegar, so that's a better start. It actually smells nice and citrusy. It's nice and hazy. It is absolutely beautiful for an 8%. There is no alcohol astringency whatsoever. This beer is actually a really goddamn go-to. Quit fingering the duck, Lee. I know it's been a while for you, but seriously.
Talking about
Got it.
ducks.
I got to practice. You know.
Gotta find the right hole.
I'm just waiting for the.
Jesus Christ.
You're gonna start talking like Donald Duck.
Anyways, I cannot follow this up for the life of me. But overall, this beer is actually really damn good. I've bought a few of these, and they're actually quite amazing. I really wish it wasn't a limited run because it is just juicy. It's hazy. It's got some amazing notes to it. So for the styles, it's not a blood beer. It's it's not that score either. It's actually a 9. And for enjoyability, well, I'm just about done this. Easy drinking, beautiful, a little bit of a nice bitter note. It's a 9.5 for me. It's one that I would buy a constant time, and I have. And actually, I'm going to probably buy a bunch more on Friday because it's the weekend and I'm allowed to get drunk.
All right. That's 9.5 for overall enjoyment. What was your style rating?
9.
9.
9!
9.
Not duck penis, 9. So,
Jesus. Okay. Let's thank you for that one, Dan. That sounds really good, actually. So let's put me up on the screen. I have to follow Dan up, who's actually gave a pretty good talk about beer instead of corkscrew penises from a duck.
I'm sorry. It was interesting.
It's like interesting.
Corkscrew
It's like
penises are
true.
very interesting.
It's like one of those true facts about the duck or something like that. Like that was it? Z
I had a really
Frank off of
interesting
YouTube?
wildebeest comment too, but that will be for later.
All right. Let's get back to beer. So yeah, Long Day Ruckus IPA. I've hoovered through 2 of these in the time that it's taken for Redbeard to go dump his North New Ontario beer in the sink. I've got about this left. Yeah, this much left in the last one. I do like this
Nick's
beer.
having a good night tonight.
It's passion fruit, passion fruit, grapefruit, a little floral, a little sweet. Not cloyingly sweet, but just a little sweet enough. Bit of biscuit in the body, with a little lingering resin in the finish. It's at first it's light and effervescent and really refreshing when you first drink it. It starts to get a little heavy as it warms up and goes a little flat. It gets a little sticky, but it's still good. I find it's a really nice beer. Like for the main fact that okay, this is a beer that I can just buy on tap almost everywhere around here, from a local that carries local beers, and it's a pretty satisfying IPA to just have a glass of. Fuck it, even my local bike shop has a kegerator in the workshop area, and they have this on tap in my fucking bike shop.
Oh, wow.
So it's awesome. But when you wonder why I go there so much, like this beer, it's one of my local favorites, and as I said, like this is one that I pick up fairly often if I'm looking for a good juicy IPA. I would say that I probably pick Huge on hops from Trailway Up more often than this one, but this is a solid beer. So for this one, I'm going to give it for style and overall, I'm going to give it 8s for both. 8s all around. That's my feeling on that one, and let's go from there. Now,
we got lots
before
of comments.
Before we get down to the votes on this one here, we got a shit ton of comments. So
yeah, I'll get into them here.
Lee's got us.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We left off.
Holy
Radar saying Nikolai Lowencroft, Lord of Methane. Vincent Radar goes on to say, born 845 billion years ago on the glass planet of Tripodia.
Wow.
To demon worshipping babes. Yeah. Paul says.
Never mind. You're
What?
good. You're
Okay.
good.
Paul says, I'll see your grammar and raise you a king of the woods over price infected imperialist out. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Mercy Beer says, yeah, triple dry hopped. If he doesn't dry off, is Nick then a wet hop IPA?
Oh, I'm wet all night, baby. Wait, no,
Jesus.
that's not it.
Jesus.
Isn't it bad for men to be wet?
Yeah, why don't you private message Mercy Beers this stuff, Nick? God.
There's nothing wrong with a little pre-cum.
I get it out of this fucking.
But wet.
Yeah,
you're wet.
Gotta get out of these wet bicycle clothes and into a dry martini.
Not wet.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not wearing any underwear, so it's just.
Oh, Jesus. Ah.
Oh, come on, Mr. Commando. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
One who never has seen a pair of underwear in the last, 30 years of his life.
I've seen your underwear.
We go back to talking about duck penises. I'm more interested.
He hasn't seen yours because you don't have any.
To be fair, even I've seen her underwear. So
yes. Then Mercy Beer says hi, Paul, and Paul said hi. Cheers, Adam, my good sir. Paul says, since it was infected by accident, I doubt they make that specific blend anymore. Talking about King of the Woods or whatever.
King of the Forest.
What? Bull of the Woods, King of the Forest, whatever the fuck it's called. Paul says, first time Redbeard will speak clearly. Sure. Streak spots, wipe.
Oh, yeah.
Barley, come and Mr. Clean.
Jesus.
Wait. Did you guys actually think
that?
I had to? I'm on YouTube. I had to approve that one.
Oh, okay.
And he says, wait. Do you guys actually think a boxing rock beer would be good? Fuck you.
No, it's a boxing rip beer.
What? Oh God. What happened here?
Love you all.
Love you all. Great disdain kisses. Yeah. Then we have Dan saying, "LOL, Paul, we love you too. By the way, hope no more beers attack your house again."
Beers? No more beers attack your house again.
Yeah, no more beers attack his house again.
Fucking attack beers.
How many drinks have you had there?
I said what I said.
When wild beers come out of hibernation, they're very dangerous.
They are dangerous. Yeah, you get a bull of the forest.
If they're stouts, then they age very well over the winter.
You got your black beers, you got your grizzly beers. You got to watch.
My other beer is a lot lighter than my last beer.
Watch out for the polar beers.
Yeah, polar beers are really dangerous. They're white
well
beers.
Played, Greg.
They got bleach in them.
Fucking panda beers don't know how to mate.
Oh my god, so plastic.
And then we got Jamie saying it's dank. TB.
It's beer bomb
420. Oh yeah, okay. Fuck you, Jamie. Mercy Beer saying, has Paul been filming a porn parody of the Revenant again? Jesus Christ. That's a different kind of bear. And Paul confirms this or confirms Jamie's comment, and then he also confirms Mercy Beer's comment. So there we go.
All right, I just want to interject just one little comment here. Ashley, I see you. Not enough room on the panel. We're still doing BA101 because we've been running late. We'll bring you in a sec, okay?
Yeah, okay. I'll try to hurry up here, Ashley. Okay, so Lady Lee says, like Adams from BioShock. Okay.
It was. I read the one comment where I saw Adam, and I was like, "Oh, Adam."
Is that the "Would you kindly" or Adams like the shit you shoot yourself up with in that game?
Yeah, the shit you shoot yourself up with, so you could throw electric bolts out of your wrists.
That game was a very good game.
Plasmids. It was a good game.
Yeah. Okay. Paul says got a mix of 6 with 4 Dragon's Milk Imperial Stouts in them, so I'm definitely closer to drunk and ready to thump the sober. Cheers for your close objectivity.
Paul drunk? No.
Mercy Beer saying Karma Citra is the name every brewery uses when they can't think of an original name for a single hop IPA. That sounds legit. Paul says, don't grit. I haven't done research at all. I'm celebrating my 10-year anniversary this August. Cheers.
Nice.
Yeah.
What,
okay.
10-year divorce anniversary?
I mean, that's that. I mean, Paul would not be disappointed by that. So don't. It's not a slight. Paul has a comment I have to show here. Death to hazy IPAs, which I agree with.
Yeah.
And Lady Lee says
good ones, but yeah.
Can't think of the name, so use the sex innuendo.
There we go.
I'm seeing comments here. I don't see here.
Yeah, I'm showing a bunch of them here on YouTube. Mercy Beer says pigs also have spiral penises.
I didn't know that. That is
spiral.
It's a rape prevention. Like it's literally a rape prevention. That's what the crazy thing is. Like,
but there's still ducks. There's still ducks, so it also doesn't work.
It was the rape prevention.
Yeah, like this is how they evolved in order to prevent to be raped. Like that's how fucked up it is. Like the animal kingdom is so fucked up.
Yeah, but it doesn't work because there's still ducks. So nature found a way to rape.
Less chances to get the right hold though.
I watched a crazy video the other day. Like chimpanzees have been attacking troops of gorillas and like stealing their babies and just erasing those babies from the world.
I heard.
Like,
okay.
All right.
Dolphins, how they like take tourists and bring them down and rape them.
Yes, no, animals are horrible. Animals are horrible, just like people.
And what kind of joke did they do to the humankind? They took the male human's penis and took the bone out of it. So now you got to get excited to use it to fuck something.
You know,
all right.
What?
All right, so
what? Okay.
Mary, move back
so
to the beer
out of
comments.
nowhere.
Beer comments.
What the fuck was that?
We're just gonna brush over all that. Mercy Beer says, "Don't ducks have?" Well, this doesn't help really, but Mercy Beer says, "Don't ducks have the balls on top rather than underneath?" Or is that rabbits? I struggle to sometimes see the difference between a rabbit and a duck.
Tell you.
I mean, guys can put their balls on top. You just got to kind of.
Oh wait, isn't that a brewery? Duck Rabbit or whatever the fuck?
Rabbit, yeah.
Paul saying, Paul says, look at West Coast Nick throwing it up hardcore. Popo Jojo 7 says Coors Light 9.9 out of 10, quaint yet refreshing. Yes, indeed.
It's the best IPA out there.
It is a great IPA. Western Canadian Reviewer our own Dan says, "Hell yeah, I do." Paul. Paul saying, "Sorry, Greg, the typo shit is getting me down."
Oh,
Okay.
Well,
Paul says,
Said
"Absolutely,
shit,
East
I can't
Coast
see it.
Nick." See, this is what all these asides do. Like, I have no context for half these comments now. Paul says, when Nick says bike shop, it's not as cool, but when there is still assless
What?
chaps and strap-ons.
obviously, there's assless chaps and
Jesus Christ.
strap-ons.
There's so many comments that are not popping up on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like I'm literally on
There's a
the
lot
radar
appropriate.
now.
Radar says, got to watch it for those grizzly bears in Alaska.
Grizzly
guess.
tears.
Yeah,
Grizzly
whatever.
beers.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Fuck off. Paul says it's okay to love reciprocal fellatio. Yeah.
What's that?
I had to approve that one too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's saying a lot of shit I have to approve. Jamie says, "What's next week's beer?"
Hi, Jamie.
We'll get there. Paul says, "Ducks without permission still can't love up other ducks." He says, "So dolphins are rapists." He says, "Good times."
Yes, they are.
Makes my crimes seem okay.
Whoa.
Paul's now
I mean,
saying,
at least-
saying avoiding all the rape talk.
You know what the funny part is? That comes in on StreamYard with the stars.
Yeah.
Okay, that comment's okay.
At
With-
least
with
the animal,
one
at least the
censored.
animal kingdoms generally sticks to the living.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Then Jamie
Jesus
says, "Why
Christ.
didn't Nick bring Keys tonight?" Yeah, why didn't you bring a real IPA, Nick?
Yeah, Nick. Fuck.
It's like the grandfather of IPAs.
Yeah, and then he says, "Quis Pansmus Fave IPA." So there we go. That's the end of the
Alright.
comments. That's
What's
all I'm
everyone's-
reading.
Oh wow!
What's everyone's favorite beer of the night?
We've been on
All right, let's go back to me. Thank you, Lee, for that. Let's go over to me because let's get things wrapped up. I'm gonna flip through everybody here and say, Redbeard, obviously it's not your beer, but what's your favorite beer of the night?
Dan.
Well, vote. That's a vote for Dan.
Totally.
Nice little K next to Dan's name on the list here. So let's go over to Mr. Lee. Hi, Lee.
Hi.
All the beers you heard here tonight, what one would you rather have had, or would you have liked to have had?
You didn't even need to do that. I actually
I know.
legit want to try Lady
As
Lee's
soon as I
because-
said malt, I thought of you.
Yes,
Okay.
it looked
It's
really
super-
dark. It looked malty. It's like, okay, that's right up my fucking alley. I want to drink that in North Bay with Lady Lee at Lou Dogs. That's what I want to do.
All right. Hey, so let's go over to Mr. Gorg. Greg. Hi, Greg.
I have always wanted to try a beer with my very favorite adjunct, Windex. So therefore, one vote for Carrie.
Jesus Christ, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That sounds like a pity vote. That sounds like a
That
pity vote. to me,
very
but-
much is a pity.
Listen, there's two things I love. My favorite beers are the ones that I absolutely love and the ones I absolutely hate. And Carrie's would probably be awful. I want to try it.
if
All right. I like it.
Carrie hates it, I think I'll like it. So it's just
I mean, that's what's possible too. Is Carrie and I do have different beer tastes, so I might actually love it.
all righty. So who do we got next after Gorg? You got Miss Lady Lee. Hi, Lee.
I'm kind of torn between Lee and Nick.
Okay.
That happens.
It's more
Yeah,
curiosity,
often.
but I think what tips it over is Nick is closer to the brewery, so I like.
Wow.
Ooh.
It could be like a get together where we could all have it and try it out. Like it just seems possible, so it seems like something I'm more
Hey,
curious
if
to
we ever do another quick stand fist up,
Sorry,
then we could
Yeah,
totally go to the brewery.
It definitely feels much more possible than like, hey, let's all go to Yarmouth, which is just like, yeah, let's go to the real fucking dick end of Nova Scotia. That
I know, Dan.
Well, it's just like who wants to go to Yarmouth? It's like
Nobody.
Yarmouth. Why?
Nobody.
We do another one. I'm
But-
gonna bike. I'm gonna bike there this time.
I really want to go to Nova Scotia and New Brunswick again. Sorry, Dan.
All right, so
The
that's a vote
seafood's
for
got me.
moi.
he knows the better
All right.
provinces, even if he won't admit it.
Okay, so thank you, Lady Lee, for that. And we'll have to go get that beer at some point because it's widely available around here. All right, so let's. Oh, that's me. Hi, Dan. You gotta follow that up.
Nick can't tell the West Coast from the East Coast version of himself. It's terrible.
Where's
God.
the promise?
Dan, of all the beers you heard here tonight, which one would you rather have had?
Well, the hard part about this is I've had two of the three of this panel. If
You haven't had mine.
I'm pretty sure you've had mine.
Yes, I have. You actually sent me yours, and I
This one? I ain't never sent it. It's
no,
not.
not you. It's not all about you, Lady Lee. Come on.
You
now.
said yes, I have.
No.
After I just said no, you have had mine.
No, Nick,
No.
Nick jumped
said
in
you
and
had-
then yeah.
Oh,
Nick said
sorry,
you-
my
yeah,
bad. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you're ignoring Nick. I see how this works now.
Yeah.
Got it. That being said, I don't know. I honestly don't know because I've had Greg's, I've had Nick's, I've had mine. I don't want Lady Lee to win. I mean,
At least he's honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like Dan's
It's not
honesty.
like, it's not like it matters at the end.
There's really only
Yeah.
one choice left. Go with the Windex beer.
What are you talking about? I'm still
no, there's still one more. I'm going for Manly's. I'm
There you
sorry.
go.
If I want to
Wow.
have Windex, I'll just go upstairs and drink Windex on my own. Fuck this.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Nick is a tiebreaker.
Well,
For somebody.
that's
All
the
right.
thing.
Unless-
I feel like the Windex falling into the brew, like the boil kind of thing, it boiled off and it made it so it won't kill you, as opposed to just.
I
walking
wonder
upstairs
if
drinking
maybe
Windex.
Well,
it's
why
like
isn't it still in blue?
when they clean like the tanks or something between brews or something, maybe they left some cleaning shit behind.
that cleaning shit is supposed to be completely like when I was with Albino with the Cayman Kettle years ago. We made our brew. The sanitizer shit they use, they spray it on all over the place. It gets into the beer. It's like completely inert. It has no bearing. So unless they're using some cleaner they're not supposed to be, which again, New Ontario could see them doing that.
By the way, look at that gorgeous.
So what I'm hearing
That is
here
pretty-
is New Ontario is trying to get Chris Peters up there by putting Windex in their beer because it's lighter than bleach.
God, he
All
should
right,
just.
all right. I think we're good here. Let's bring me back up.
Dan just went too
All
far.
right.
I'm scared
First of
now.
all, I just want to point out, like, look, okay, this is another beer. This is like their newest IPA from Long Bay. Look how gorgeous that is. Yum. All right.
I got a Black Bellows one that looks way better than my last one.
Yeah, you should have used that one tonight. Yeah, I guess I'm the time. You know what? I actually thought this was over before it even began. And I'm still going to vote for who I was going to vote for at the start of this thing. So obviously, I'm not going to vote for mine. And I've had, one thing I don't ever want anymore, the New Ontario beers from the sounds of it. I've had Octopus Wants to Fight. Boxing Rock IPA sounds good, but it's like, that's a beer I could probably get in, theoretically go down to Nova Scotia at some point and get. Maybe I've even had before. Manitoulin Island IPA, just there was something about it, like one of those malt forward IPAs just don't really interest me. So really, there's only one choice: Stance.
Yeah, go
Dan,
fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Fucking Dan.
I think it's kind of funny that Octopus Wants to Fight, while still being a very good beer. Pretty sure we've all had it by now.
Yeah, that's the only
Lee.
reason, right? It's not
Yeah.
as if it's not a good beer. It's just
But
that you've all
you know
had
what?
it.
It's also the one that matches the theme the most because it's like
Yeah,
that's
true.
Greg's local beer that he drinks all the time, which is
I
kind of
have
what we were going for.
no
But
idea
if you're
what
that I'm the
you're
one
talking
that I'm the one here that followed the rules.
Yeah.
about. Excuse me.
You
Excuse
follow
me.
the rules.
Hello.
You know what?
Hello?
Also, that's it.
Also, I want to know, Nick,
Wait,
where's my
wait.
Ashley Sexton that you
Wait,
promised?
you know, I think I would
Yeah.
basically agree with the Greg.
I'm gonna take
Like Lady Lee. Do you even have a go-to IPA?
Ashley in.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hi, Ashley.
Hey,
Hello.
A go
I took Dan out for a second. Sorry, Dan.
Sorry, Dan.
I'm just gonna say,
Just for a moment, and we'll hop over to
I think
Discord here in a
Greg
second.
won that. Yeah.
Ashley, of all the beers you heard here tonight, which would you rather have had?
I haven't heard any of them, to be completely
All right.
honest.
All right, you're out. Come on.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Ruthless.
I love it. I love it.
Ruthless.
wow.
I love you, Ashley.
Nick
All right.
was
So,
absolutely-
okay, we're almost done here anyway. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
a couple
so you
more.
heard it here tonight. the Dan with that 88 Brewing Double Night Gallery Double IPA. I hope is that a regularly available one? That sounds really awesome. If that's
I
what
hope
you can
so.
get all the
We
time.
have a couple more comments, and we had someone who asked the question.
Yeah.
All right, so
Jamie asked a question.
let's go over to Mr. Lee to read the comments, and then we'll wrap up here.
Okay, so let's see, where did we leave off? Okay, so Paul says you should all try to do a mixed homebrew panel, and everyone make a brew and see how it goes 1 month.
Yeah, right.
Turnaround. Yes.
Yeah.
The idea of everyone getting behind that is like
Ashley's the only one that makes
I've got the kit.
competent brew.
I've got the kit. I just need to find the ingredients.
Look at the puppy! Look at the puppy!
All right.
Ah, Sasha, you're so
That wasn't
beautiful.
puppy. It's Greg.
It's Layla.
Oh, I don't know. I just assume I'm not watching the screen. I assume you're talking about your own dog.
She's like a fat Sasha.
Yeah. And then Paul saying, I'll go to Nova Scotia and make mini babies. Then he says Nova 2. I'll call my semen to Nokia.
What?
Call in my semen to Nokia. I don't know what's going on for there. And then he says, Nick.
Talking normal now.
Yeah, and then
He's
Paul
not
says,
a human anymore. He's not breathing air or walking on legs.
I don't think he walks on his leg. Paul says,
Like he
Nick.
wasn't breathing any air either.
You
Yeah,
had Greg's blood.
Then he says, Nick, you've had Greg's what?
I don't
What?
even remember what you
And then Jamie says this is an all-star cast. I mean, that's true.
I'm gonna
This
be
is one of our
honest.
best episodes in a while.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I got drunk and passed out, so Nick probably had a lot of me that I don't even know what he had.
Mm.
Exactly.
So
all right,
what's
so I'm gonna put
next beer.
myself up, and I'm gonna show you what's next beer, but I don't have one around me, so it's because I didn't pick one. So you know what's next week's gonna be? We haven't done this in a while, so let's do a show and tell. Bring whatever, like anything interesting, bring it.
Can we
Bring your own beer, anything.
Bring your
Anything.
own
Yay,
beer,
I know what I'm
anything
gonna bring.
goes, one of our show and tell episodes.
It's all about.
We
It's all
always have a
about.
good time.
It's all about winning at the end. With
Exactly.
I'm
it's all
totally
about.
gonna
Dan's the
buy
winner
Duck this
tonight.
week and bring
I'm
it
on a
in.
winning
But
streak.
but
Every
at the
time I
same
do
time, that time Lady Lee won the episode with that batshit crazy weird stout thing she brought. So
The most
Yeah, this-
random one I could find.
the most
Yeah.
Like the
random,
1-year-old stout or something.
yeah,
that
found in the
Mr.
back
Lee
of the
wouldn't ever-
fridge. Oh, that was funny.
It was just funny. It was just a funny beer.
All
Like
right.
it was perfect for the show and tell.
It was.
All right.
All right.
Well,
So
Chris
we're gonna.
Peters killed those women.
He did, and we're gonna tune out so we can let Ashley Sexton hang out with the rest of us. So,
Hi, Ashley.
hi Ashley. So thank you, Mr. Thank you, PA Brew News, Radar, Popo, Jojo, Mercy Beers, all the people that were in our chat tonight. Thank you for everybody that joined our panel, and tune in next week when we talk about random shit. Let's end this here.
Opposed to what we normally talk about.
Yeah.